Power isn't given, it's taken. Not with fists, not with wealth, but with presence. Every age worships power. In the past, it was carved into stone, kings with crowns, emperors with armies. Today, it wears suits, smiles, and social media followers. But the core remains the same. Humans submit to strength. We like to believe we are rational, moral, and equal. But the truth is older than civilization itself. We are animals that bow, not to goodness, but to dominance. We follow confidence. We obey composure. We crave certainty even when it lies to us. That is the psychology of power. Power isn't about muscles or money. It's the invisible field that forms around someone who truly believes in themselves. It's the quiet certainty that makes others question their own. People sense it before a word is spoken. In how someone enters a room, how slowly they move, how little they explain. The strong do not chase understanding, they command it. You've seen it before. The boss who says almost nothing, yet everyone watches him. The classmate who wasn't the smartest, but somehow made people follow his lead. The man or woman whose attention feels like a prize, and whose silence feels like punishment. Why do we react this way? Why do humans, no matter how modern, still submit to certain people? Why do we feel smaller around those who exude control, even when they've done nothing at all? The answer lies deep inside the mind. Deeper than logic. Deeper than ethics. It lies in the ancient circuitry of dominance, the same mechanism that made wolves follow the alpha, that made tribes obey the warrior, and that makes modern humans respect those who seem unshakable. Before there were laws, there was fear, and fear was the first currency of power. Our ancestors didn't survive by being kind. They survived by aligning with the strongest. To submit was not humiliation, it was protection. And that instinct never died, it just evolved. Today, it shows up subtly. In the way people hesitate before questioning authority. In how they accept confidence as truth. In how they follow the man who seems certain, rather than the one who might be right. Power, therefore, is not just control. It's psychological gravity. It pulls people in. And like gravity, most don't even realize they're under its influence. But here's the paradox. The strong are not always the best, the wise, or the most deserving. They are simply the ones who believe the most in their own authority. And belief is contagious. This is why leaders rise even when they lie. Why manipulators thrive even when they lack virtue. And why true power isn't found in force, but in certainty. The one who acts without hesitation makes others hesitate. The one who appears unmoved makes others seek approval. And over time, power becomes self-fulfilling. People obey you because others already do. The weak wait for permission, the strong create it. In the next few moments, we'll explore the roots of this instinct. Why strength attracts, why submission feels safe, and why true power is rarely loud. Because to understand power, you must first understand your own tendency to kneel before it. Power begins the moment you decide you no longer need validation. Before there were laws, there was fear, and fear was the first currency of power. Long before nations, crowns, or religions, there was survival. And in survival, one rule governed all: the strongest decides. Our ancestors didn't debate morality. They followed whoever could hunt, protect, and punish. The alpha wasn't chosen because he was kind. He was followed because without him, the tribe would die. And so, generation after generation, humans evolved to sense power instinctively. It wasn't taught, it was inherited, hardwired into our biology. That's why, even today, a confident voice makes people listen. A calm face under pressure commands respect. A steady gaze silences a room. We still carry the animal brain, the one that searches for dominance, not democracy. Power was never created by words. It was created by consequence. In the wild, weakness meant death. So nature favored those who projected strength, not necessarily those who had it, but those who appeared to. Display mattered more than morality, and perception became reality. Fast forward thousands of years, we wear clothes, not claws, laws, not instincts. But the primal code remains untouched. That's why, even in modern life, we trust the confident over the competent. We follow those who sound certain, even when they're wrong. We obey status, uniforms, titles, symbols, because they trigger our survival brain. It's not that we love being controlled. It's that control feels safe. Equality is a noble idea, but psychologically it's an illusion. In every group, a workplace, a friendship circle, even a family, there's always a hierarchy. Someone leads, someone follows. Someone influences, someone adapts. The moment humans gather, power begins to distribute itself. And it's not random. It's decided silently by body language, voice tone, self-belief. By who looks the least afraid. People sense energy before they hear logic. They can't explain it, but they feel who's in control. The one who fears nothing becomes the one everyone fears. That's why the calm man in a crisis becomes the leader, even if he says nothing. While others panic, he moves slowly, speaks little, and radiates certainty. In uncertainty, people don't follow the smartest, they follow the stillest. Power, therefore, is not about aggression. It's about presence. It's not force, it's gravity. The weak move around it, the strong stand at its center. But here lies a quiet truth few are willing to face. Most people don't actually want power. They want safety. They want someone else to make the hard choices, to carry the burden of uncertainty so they can rest in obedience. And so, throughout history, the strong have ruled, not because they demanded submission, but because others offered it willingly. The comfort of being led is easier than the loneliness of leadership. Humans were not made equal, they were made dependent. Even in democracy, people seek a figure to believe in. Even in love, someone takes emotional control. Even in friendship, there is always one who sets the tone. Power hides in plain sight. It's in posture, silence, timing, and the invisible confidence that makes others yield. Because in every era, under every system, one law remains unchanged. The strong are followed, not because they demand it, but because others crave it. And yet, not all strength is physical, and not all power is seen. People don't follow truth, they follow strength dressed as truth. The human mind is not built for chaos. It hungers for structure, hierarchy, and order. And power in its purest form offers that order. To submit to strength is not always weakness. Sometimes it's a form of safety. When life becomes uncertain, people search for something solid. A voice, a leader, an idea that feels unbreakable. They want to believe someone knows the way. And the one who seems to know becomes the one they follow. Power isn't about controlling others. It's about making them want to be controlled. Think about it. A confident speaker, a charismatic boss, a magnetic lover. They don't force obedience. They evoke it. The more certain they appear, the more others begin to doubt themselves. This is the secret language of dominance, the silent hypnosis of confidence. Psychologists call it the charisma halo. When someone radiates certainty, the brain assumes they must be right, even when they're not. Confidence masquerades as competence. Emotion overrides logic. And so, people surrender their judgment to those who appear unshakable. It's not submission by threat, it's submission by awe. This is why history's most powerful figures, from emperors to cult leaders, didn't merely command, they enchanted. They knew that belief is stronger than truth. But this instinct runs deeper than charisma. It's biological. In a tribe, following the strong meant survival. The weak didn't challenge, they aligned. The leader faced danger first, carried responsibility, absorbed blame. To follow him was to be safe. That safety remains embedded in our DNA. Even now, we feel it. When someone takes charge in a crisis, when a voice cuts through confusion, when a person stands firm while everyone else hesitates, something in us relaxes. We want to trust them because it's easier than standing alone. The weak don't always surrender out of fear. Sometimes they surrender out of comfort. This is the unspoken truth of human nature. We romanticize independence, but worship certainty. We talk of equality, but seek hierarchy. We praise freedom, but secretly long to be led. That's why power, once established, is self-reinforcing. The leader's confidence strengthens followers. Their obedience strengthens the leader. And together, they form an emotional loop. A cycle where dominance feels natural and resistance feels wrong. But not all leaders are benevolent. Some understand this loop too well. They twist the need for security into control. They replace protection with dependence. And over time, obedience becomes addiction. You see this in toxic relationships, manipulative friendships, political cults, even corporations. The formula is the same. Create uncertainty, offer stability, then demand loyalty. When fear rises, logic falls. And when comfort is controlled, freedom quietly disappears. People rarely notice when they're being ruled, only when they're being ignored. Because dominance doesn't always shout. Sometimes it whispers reassurance. Sometimes it smiles while tightening the leash. The psychology of submission is subtle. It thrives not on oppression, but on gratitude. The follower thanks the leader for providing what they secretly lacked: direction, purpose, and the illusion of safety. To understand power, you must understand this paradox. Humans fear being dominated, yet they also fear being directionless. They will resist authority, and then moments later crave its return. Because in the end, the strong offer something the weak cannot create for themselves: certainty in a world of chaos. The moment you realize people want to be led, you stop asking for permission. But what separates temporary dominance from true power isn't manipulation, it's mastery. And mastery follows rules. Power is never seized. It is cultivated, recognized, and willingly offered by those who crave certainty. Power is not chaos. It has form, rhythm, and laws, silent, invisible laws that have governed kings, generals, lovers, and leaders for millennia. Those who master them rise effortlessly. Those who break them vanish without warning. Let's uncover these laws. Law 1: control the frame, and you control reality. Every interaction is a silent war for psychological territory. It's not what is said, it's who defines what is normal. The most powerful person in any room is not the loudest, but the one whose version of reality everyone else unconsciously accepts. This is called framing, the art of defining what things mean. If you enter a room and decide that silence is confidence, people start believing it is. If you treat rejection as negotiation, the world begins to bend around that belief. Power begins when you stop reacting and start defining. Because whoever defines the meaning controls the outcome. Reality doesn't belong to the most truthful, but to the most convincing. Law 2: never display need. Need is the scent of weakness. And power, like a predator, can smell it from miles away. The powerful remain calm, not because they don't care, but because they never allow the world to see what they depend on. They understand a sacred truth. Desire revealed is leverage surrendered. Think of the chess master. He wants to win desperately, but you'll never see that hunger in his face. His calm unsettles the opponent, because it whispers, "I can live without this." And whoever can walk away holds the power. This law governs business, seduction, negotiation, even war. The side that appears less desperate always bends the other. Control isn't about what you hold, it's about what you can release without fear. Law 3: command energy, not attention. Most people chase attention. They want to be seen, heard, validated. But the powerful operate on a higher frequency, energy. They don't demand the spotlight. They shift the atmosphere. When they enter a space, they slow the tempo. Their stillness makes others adjust. Their pauses carry weight. Their presence interrupts chaos without a word. This is what the ancients called gravitas, the invisible gravity of command. The powerful understand that every movement, every silence, every breath communicates value. And so they ration their energy the way kings ration gold. Attention fades, energy endures. Law 4: be feared, but never hatred. Fear is necessary, hatred is fatal. Power thrives on respect, mystery, and distance. But once fear turns to resentment, the followers begin to dream of rebellion. This is the mistake of tyrants. They confuse intimidation with loyalty. The wise ruler, the strategic leader, knows how to balance awe with generosity. They reward as much as they restrain. They inspire as much as they intimidate. Because true power is admired control. It doesn't crush people, it keeps them orbiting. A Machiavellian once said, "It is better to be feared than loved, if you cannot be both." But the masters of power understood the deeper truth. The strongest are both loved publicly, feared privately. That's how they endure. These 4 laws are not tricks. They are reflections of human nature. How the mind responds to confidence, scarcity, and mystery. Every empire, every religion, every movement that has ever shaped civilization was built on these same laws. The ability to define reality, hide need, command energy, and inspire a balance of awe and respect. Those who embody them rise effortlessly. Those who ignore them serve without realizing it. The strong rule not through strength, but through the illusion that they need none. But even these laws have limits. Because the higher one climbs, the thinner the air becomes. Power isolates. Influence attracts envy. And every ruler, no matter how brilliant, eventually faces one eternal threat: the collapse from within. The fall of the powerful, why every empire crumbles from the inside. Because no matter how high one rises, the shadow always follows.